Okay, so recently I was in the forums and somebody asked how to add images to a menu. And so I kind of gave him the answer, and he didn't really understand it, so I said, well, maybe I'll make a Headway specific tutorial to do it. And I thought, well, I got some time, let's do it right now. So here's kind of my Headway site, and this is a demo site I use. It's kind of like my testing ground. A lot of times when I'm in the forum, somebody will ask for some code or something, so I just throw whatever I want in here, and so that's why this widget is in here, because I was somebody was asking how to use it or how it worked or something, and so I put that in there. And the rest of it, you know, I just threw some test data in there using a test app, test plugin, and then I recently just changed the menu or the navigation to look a little different color-wise, and then I just added the hover effect of underline here just for demonstration purposes. So to get started, the first thing that we need to do is we need to go into the WordPress admin site, and I've got a few menus I've created, some with some drop downs, some with no drop downs, and you know, I don't know why that's there, so let's just delete that other one. So really what we want to do is, for all intensive purposes in this demo, I'm just going to start from the beginning and create a new menu. And so I'm going to call it social media, because that's what icons I had laying around. And I'll go ahead and create the menu. And so it's created right here now. There's a few things really that I know I want. So I know I'm going to want Facebook. And this might be, you know, a different URL. It might be a URL to your profile or whatever, but for my testing purposes here, I'm just going to go directly to their site. Twitter. We'll add LinkedIn. I think that's how they do it, no space. And then we'll do YouTube. Okay. And one other thing that I like to do, and I kind of know this after I went through setting this up the first time, was I'm also going to want a home button. And the reason I'm going to want a home button and not let Headway use it is because the next step is to do a class. So let me add that as well. And so now if you're not familiar with the menu functionality in WordPress, you can actually hover over these and then drag them. So like that is going to put it underneath it. If I put it out here, this is the order that they're going to show up. So home, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. That sounds fine to me. It's kind of alphabetical, right? So we save the menu real quick. And after that, we want to add classes to these menu items. So the one thing that you want to go to is up here at Screen Options. And you want to make sure that under Show Advanced Menu Properties, this CSS classes is checked. Reason is when you come down here, you can add a CSS class, and to get our images to show, we want to do that. So I'm just going to call them by their name, so home, Facebook, etc. I'll make you watch me enter them all in here. Okay. I guess I could have just left it, but and then YouTube. Okay. All right, so let's save that, and we're pretty much done in the back end. So the next thing is we need to change what menu the navigation is showing. So enter the visual editor. navigation and menus, you want to make sure that you have social media. So I have social media checked, and it's probably because I just did this and then I deleted everything. But anyway, so you want social media, and then if for some reason you've got two home buttons up here, you will find it, I don't know why I closed that, under options. And so there's actually this bug. There's this bug in 202 with some CSS not loading properly or having some weird issue, and that's why this looks the way it does, and why you can't see the text here. But this second plus sign is the home link, and you want to make sure that you have hide navigation home link checked. Then once you're done, just click save. And it sometimes takes a second like this to save, and then we're done with the visual editor. At least that's what I want to do. I don't use the live CSS editor. I suppose you could use that, but I don't use that. So the next thing you need to do is you need to get some images, and so I've got these images here that I found. Some of them are like, I don't know if this will show you. So they're 32 pixels square, and here's what the home will look like. The home is actually from a different icon set, and then all the social media ones are from a social media set that I had, and I'm not even sure where I got them anymore. So anyways, I'm going to pull that off screen, and I need to upload those images. And so anything I'm doing in the design of a site, it's kind of best practice to throw that in the themes folder, so that if for whatever reason I changed themes or I redesigned and used a different theme or whatever, I don't have all these extra images in my uploads folder. So open up an FTP application, and this one is what I'm using. It's called InterArchy, and you want to navigate down to underneath WP Content Themes, Headway -202, and then you'll see this folder, and then go to Custom and then Images, and then basically just paste those all, or drag them all in. It's going to start uploading them here, and once that's done, we're good to continue. So the next thing is to add the CSS, and so I like to edit this custom CSS file. Headway does a really great job of copying the custom CSS file and the custom folder over. So I'm just going to edit this, and I'm going to choose TextMate to edit it. And it popped up off screen, so I'll just bring it onto the screen here. And I don't need the FTP client anymore, so you can just get rid of that if you want, or like me, I just moved it off the screen. So so this is your custom CSS file. If you're already familiar using it, you might have some code in here. For me though, I started out from scratch. So the first thing that we want to do is just make sure that our special classes got added. So I'm actually using Safari and have enabled developer mode. And if you have Safari like I do, and maybe you don't have developer mode enabled, if you go into, I think it's in Preferences. Looks like you're gonna have to look with me. Might be under Advanced. Yeah, so under Advanced, and then check this Show Developer Menu and Menu Bar, and you'll actually get this developer, and this is kind of what it looks like here. But what it really enables you to do, and what I use a lot, is you can just hover over something, you can right click on it, and then you can use Inspect Element. And I have this set to come up in a window. It might come up in the same tab. But that's because when I work, I usually have this open and off to the side so I can look at it. So the main thing that we wanted to check out though was so if I move this back down, this is also really cool, kind of just real quick. So it shows you here's where the div header is. Here's the nav, and if you see up top in the background, you can see what's getting highlighted. And so if you look at this, so here's just our navigation, and you can see that it's using an ID of menu, social media, and then the class is navigation and navigation left. So the navigation and navigation left classes are Headway classes, and then the ID is really just the name. And so menu, I think, is what it starts out as, and then it would use whatever name we named it in the back admin section of WordPress. And then if you just keep going down, here's the home button, Facebook, etc., and you can see classes. Here's home, here's Facebook, here's Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. So we know the classes are there. Okay, so I'm going to close that because I don't need that anymore, at least for now. And I'm going to open up the custom CSS file. And so just to start out, I know that I'm going to use body.custom. And that's kind of a class that at least Headway tells you to use because it gets, anytime the custom class on body gets loaded, it'll load these. I've had to actually use code where it doesn't, where you want to use like a page ID or something. But for this, body.custom is going to work for us. And then we want to get into the navigation div. So we're going to do div ID of navigation. Okay. And then we want to use each class. So we've got a home class that we're going to put some code in. And real quick, I'm going to do one of these and then kind of copy and paste and change some values here. So let's get one of these working. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to do background and then URL. And this is where we're going to load up the image. So it's in the custom folder under images, and it was called home_32.ping. And so if I just save that right now, just to see what it looks like, it looks tiled, right? So we don't want it tiled and repeated. We only want one of them to show up. So to do that, we want background, repeat, and then no repeat here. Oops, helps if I spell it right. Okay, so we reload it, and now it sees that we have one. Okay, now we need to position it a little bit, so we need to do background, and we can try left, so this would position it to the left, and then we want it centered, so we'll do that and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so now it's centered it in that class. It's centered it vertically and horizontally, but over to the left. Okay, so that looks good. So what we'll do is let's get all of our images showing. So we're going to copy this, and so we got Facebook, we got Twitter, we got LinkedIn, and we got YouTube. Okay, and so now it's a matter of getting rid of home and adding the correct class. So that was YouTube. This is LinkedIn. Oops. And this is Twitter. Cheat copy. And then this one is Facebook. Okay, so we've got all those, and I'm going to move up here and reload this. Okay, so we've got all of our icons showing now, but the text is over them, and it kind of looks a little hard to read what the text is. If you hover over it, you can't really see it. So we want to move the text over to the right a little bit, right? Okay, well, to do that, we're going to use a new class. And we're going to do body.custom. And we're going to go into the div navigation. And then we're going to go to the UL navigation class. And we're going to change the LIs, okay? And so in here, we want to add a padding on the left so that it pushes things over to the right. And we'll go about, we'll try 30 pixels to start out with and see what that looks like. So it uploaded, refreshed, and it moved everything over, and that looks pretty good actually. But the only other thing that we might want to do is maybe increase the top and bottom padding a little bit. And so let's just do that. So we'll do padding top. We'll say 5 pixels maybe. Pixels. And then padding bottom 5 pixels. Okay. And so we'll refresh. And that's increased everything up. And that actually looks really good. If you feel that might be a little too much, 5 pixels in between, so you might want to just go down to say 3. We can go down to 3. That should look a little thinner. There we go. So that looks a little bit better. And then it also kind of looks like that matches up over there as well. So that's really it. It was very easy. There was how many lines of code? 17 to 51. And obviously you could make this a little smaller, put it all on one line or something, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, say 6 lines of code you could add it as. But I like the way that this code looks better. And so that is all you do to get it. If for some reason this wasn't working for you, I just realized that I told you earlier that we didn't need the FTP application, and actually I've got it running. It's just on my other screen and off to the side so that you can't see it. So when you went and edited, when you choose to edit here and you edited the file, what that did was every time I saved the custom CSS file, it automatically uploaded it to the server, and that's how those changes got into effect. So that's kind of an editor's note that you do need to leave your FTP application open. I just moved it out of the way so that we could work on the images and work with the CSS file. So that's everything. I guess, leave your comments, suggestions, other ideas in the comments area of the post that this is going to be attached to, and I'll look at addressing some of those issues or anything. And if you want the images and the code, I might be able to put that in to some files or something as well, and that you could download those. So thanks for watching.